Good morning, everybody. Let me just turn my lights on. One second. All righty now. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing great today. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Just letting the room fill up a little bit. Let's say hello to everybody here. We've got Vertuvian, we've got JB, we got Keith, we got CJ, we got James, Devin, Jill, a little earlier today than usual, yes. Tom, Brian, Steve, Bill, Ivano, David, War Dog is in the house. David, Art, Jesse, good morning. Stan, Ricky, Debbie, Javad, good morning. Good morning. Charlie Clyde is in the house. Eduardo, you got Matt, Thomas, Sassy Trainer, Flying Ronin, Lydia, Illinois Grain Farmer, Ray, Harold, Eagle Beagle. How are you doing, my Eagle Beagle? Hope you're doing well today. I'm probably warming up in Northeast Coast too. Peter, I hope this is a nice week for you. You get a little bit of a break, get to hang out with us a little bit, not work so hard. Arnulfo, is it Arnulfo? Sorry, I keep messing it up. It's such a small letters I can't see. Arnulfo, sorry, Arnulfo. Henry, Scotty, Chris, Cheese Grater Trader. What is that? Cheese Grater Trader. I got to figure that out. I'm not going to forget that one, Cheese Grater. Ringo. I love that. Um, Good morning, George, Ricky, Mitch, Ralph, Wade, Pat, Christian, Samson, Dave, Ed. Good morning, everybody. I'm here just a minute or two earlier with you. I figured I'd come in and hang out before we start. Have a lot to talk about today, just letting the room fill in a little bit. We usually start at about 200 people. We're a little light today. Everything did go out. Yeah, everything did go out. Good morning, Richard from Puente Gorda. Good morning, Dr. Serena. I opened the room a little earlier today. I was able to finish my morning shenanigans earlier, so I opened the room a little bit. We got Richard. Good morning, Richard. We were all waiting for you. Karen, Doris, Gregory, Genevieve, Stephen, Rachel, Jody, Sherman. There we go. I'll start in a minute. Once we get up to 200, which will probably be about 30 seconds, I'll start. Let me just change my clock. It's a little slow this morning. Don't know why my clock is a little slow this morning. Hopefully everybody could hear me and see me okay. Let's see what time it is right now. It's 8:02. Let's change my clock. There we go. I was at 7:57 for some reason. All right. Good morning. Good morning. We got Sherman, Jody, Lewis. Good morning, everybody. Keong, Bancroft, Stacy, Deanna, Ray. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. All right. Let's see. Yep, everything did go out. All right, let's start. You guys ready to start? We got 200 people here in about 4 minutes, which is what it usually takes. Yep, there we go, Dr. Serena. Good morning and thumbs up. A few things before we start. If you guys get a chance, this is for your own benefit. My suggestion is to go right here to the lower right side and search your quality and switch it to 1080p. That way you'll be able to see all the graphs in higher quality. It'll be beneficial for everybody. Good morning, Kerr. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Duzzy, JB, Ruth, PI 007 is in the house. And also, while you're there, if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. Just do it one time. It helps our algorithm decide whether we're important or not. Hey, Nathan, good morning to you. Rebecca, good morning. Still have a lot of people coming in. Hope everybody is doing great today. All right. What is the biggest catalyst for today? What are we dealing with? What are we dealing with? Aside from tariffs, we all know tariffs is important right now. What's the big catalyst? Now, I wrote it right here, not to cheat, and I'll show it to all of you in a minute because I don't want to cheat. So what is the biggest? Good morning, Steve, James, Timothy, Bob, good morning, Bob. Good to see you. Harry, Mike. I hope you're feeling better, Bob. Liberty Ranger, Jose says China interest rate cut, U.S. interest downgrade, G7 meeting. No, no. Those are all big, big issues that the world is dealing with. I'm talking about what's moving the market right now. Right now, what's moving the market? What's going to be moving the market this morning? Fed speakers, tariffs, Home Depot earnings, uncertainty, Russia, Ukraine. No, not even close. Bond market, Fed report, Home Depot earnings, rich rising. What is this? Rich rising. Good morning, Victoria. Rich rising. What is that? You mean rates rising? Allen says Federal Reserve commentary, Home Depot, HP. HP's not till tonight. That can't get priced in till tomorrow. So no HP. I mean, no Pan W. No Pan W. Bond rates, earnings, speakers. All right. Well, let's see. Do we have Fed speakers today? We do. We have Bostic, definitely a catalyst. Definitely a catalyst. What else is a catalyst? China tax cuts, folks. Do you see a major impact on China? China's not even up a full basis point. Do you think that's a catalyst, a major catalyst, really? We go over this every single day. Real catalysts, things that are moving the markets. No, China lowering rates is not moving the markets right now. China looking at Baba. No, it's not China. All right, I'm going to give you guys the catalysts. Okay, it's Home Depot. Home Depot is definitely the catalyst. Fed speakers are definitely a catalyst. 100% catalyst. I don't know how big of a catalyst, but they're definitely a catalyst. And what's the last part? You guys don't look at upgrades and downgrades, do you? You know, nobody got it. Nobody got it. Not one person got it. That's a major chip stock, folks. That's a major chip stock. You got a downgrade on KLAC. Thank you, Dr. Serena. Do you guys remember me telling you for the 100th time, semiconductors are very insensual with each other. They're like this. They're mixed. And when one semiconductor, especially a big one like KLAC, gets a downgrade, it can impact other stocks. So it's not Bank of Japan, it's not China, it's much closer to home. It's Home Depot, it's Home Depot, KLAC, KLAC, Home Depot. Also, folks, remember something. A lot of the things that you're talking about have already had a chance to trade when the market was open last night. Okay? A catalyst is something that hasn't had a chance to be appraised into its price. Home Depot hasn't been appraised into the market's price yet. A downgrade on chip stocks. Remember when AMAT got downgraded 2 days ago? I said exactly the same thing. KLAC is a big, big semiconductor stocks. This is a big semiconductor company. No. Look at the bond market. The bond market is flat. There's no catalyst to the bond market. There's no catalyst to China. You guys are just making things up. I'm talking about things that could move the market after the open, like big move the market. The Fed, Home Depot earnings, and KLAC. Those are the biggest catalyst for the market right now. No, not ratings downgrade. No, that's already priced in, Ira. Ira, do you know about the ratings downgrade? When did the ratings downgrade happen? It happened over the weekend. How much did the market have time to trade after it happened? That's old news, Ira. That's old news. That's old news. Old news, old news. That's yesterday's news. That's yesterday's headline. Did the market have to chance to assimilate itself after Home Depot earnings came out? No. Had the markets had a chance to assimilate itself after SMH negative news for one of SMH biggest part? Let me show you. KLAC, KLAC, almost 5% of the index. It's just as big as Applied Material. This is second tier. First tier is NVIDIA. Second tier is KLAC, Texas Instrument, Micron, LRC. It's bigger than all of these stocks. You don't think this is an important catalyst? Every one of you missed it this morning. Every one of you missed this morning. Folks, Intel is 3.48%. KLAC is 4.37%. You don't think a KLAC downgrade is important? If I told you this morning that AVGO got downgraded or Applied Materials or AMD got downgraded, you would say, oh, yeah, that's a catalyst. It's 4.58%. This is 4.37%. Would you all agree with me that this is a major catalyst that all of you missed? Every one of you, we had over 200 people here. You all missed it. Why? Why did you miss it and I did not miss it? Why? It's on the cover of bar charts, literally. Literally. It's the first one. You didn't think it was bigger than Intel, did you now? I know you didn't. Now look at it again. That's why you come here, to learn all these things, right, Richard? So if I said Intel or AMD got downgraded, what would you say? Ooh, that's a major catalyst, but not KLAC, not big enough for you, right? That's a second tier chip stock. That's right behind Nvidia. Do you guys now understand? Oh, Cheryl also didn't understand how big it was. That's okay, Tom. It's all good. We're all here. I didn't know enough about KLAC. That's why you're here. And that's why we have this thing called constituents. So you could see how big it is. Now I'm going to post it for you. So there's no excuse. Yes, everybody missed it except me. You all missed it. You all missed a major catalyst, not a minor catalyst, a major catalyst. Everybody said rates with China, but nobody realized that China is flat today. But what about KLAC? How about 5% of SMH and a stock that impacts all of these stocks? You don't think that's important? You've never heard of KLAC before, have you now? Well, I just posted it. By the way, let me post some goodies here for you. See, you learn things every day. Folks, I'll be live with Jeffrey today about talking about his supercharged tickers. He's going to talk about leveraged ETFs at 1 o'clock today. Here, let me post that for you. I'll be in my VIP room. Oh, wait till you see the agenda in my VIP room today. Let me well, that's why you have me, Dave. That's why you have me, right? I serve a purpose. Now, let me tell you the agenda in the VIP room today. You guys are in for a treat. Nobody ever says VIP room is boring around here. How to read price action the right way, when to use intraday time frame analysis and when to stick to daily time frame. What is price acceptance and why is it important? The difference between anticipatory trades and confirmation trades, the upside, the downside of each one, fastest moving stocks, when to trade options and when to trade stocks on the underlying. It's a full, fun, packed session with Clyde, Matt, and myself. Who knew? There you go. Now you knew. It's not more shares. Shares don't matter. It's market cap. It's not shares. It's market cap. So, folks, now look. Let me now. So you have no more excuses. Okay. If you ever want to see an index Just type in the index, the ETF right here, and go to constituents. And this will give you the market cap to show you the weight. So you could see that KLAC is up here where most of you thought KLAC was down here. Now you understand it's a big daddy. It's as big as ADI, Qualcomm, AMD, AMAT. This is a big daddy. Hey, Peter. So now I'm going to ask you again, what are the catalysts for today's market session? What is Uncle Roger going to be looking at? KLAC, right? And by the way, what did I write here first thing in the morning? I think you guys could probably see it. HD, chips, HD, and chips, KLAC next to it. If you can't go into the market, if you can't open it up and go deep in, you'll never know what's there. Dave says, I come every day. No, because I know I'm going to learn something new in the morning and VIP room. Exactly. Now let's continue, okay? HD, KLAC, and FET speakers. You got it, John. John's got it. That's the catalyst for today. How do we know China's not a catalyst? Well, let's take a quick look. How much is China up or down today? Index closed higher today. Now, just so you know, typically, um, typically, when you don't see a number here, like up 3% or up 2%, that means it's very mild. Like this, gave up most of its gains, closed slightly higher or closed higher, but it's not telling you like over 3% or 2%. That means it's not in play. There's nothing big there. Also, how much is Europe responding to global news? Up 31. Global news is not a big player today. You could see by reading this right here. And you can also look at China. Does this look like a major upside to you? No. Somebody says, do you do the free version or do you have one of the two subscriptions? Sorry, Thomas, I don't know what you're asking me exactly. I don't even know if you're asking me, Thomas Nielsen. So if you're asking me, please rephrase. If you're asking somebody else, name them so they can respond to you. Thank you. How do I get into VIP room? Right here. Here. This is how you get into VIP room. Here's the link for the VIP room every day at noon Eastern time. And sometimes I even have guests too. Yeah, China, Japan, and Europe is flat. Exactly, John. So how much of an impact do you think Chinese interest rates will have on USA if China is flat? See what I mean? Just common sense, folks. Yeah, KLAC is down 11 points, and it's almost below the A line. And look at the rest of SMH, which we'll get into in a minute. That's a catalyst right there. That is a catalyst right there. Because right now, if SMH, and we'll talk about this in a minute, if SMH comes down to here, what do you think will happen to QQQ, and what do you think will happen to my Picasso drawing that I've been drawing all week? They'll become very valuable because they'll come to true. Right? All right. Yeah, bar chart. They don't charge me because I use them. I tried giving them my money, but they wouldn't take it from me. I'm not kidding. I tried buying it. They're like, your money's not good here. Because I always use them and I've been using them and I always talk about them. Not that I promote them directly, but I do like them quite a bit. But my money's not good there. But you can do all this with a free version, or you can just get the base version. You don't really need, as far as I know you don't. I don't think you need to spend money to get the basic version. But I just have the basic version, and again, I don't pay for it. They just give it to me. They're very nice to me. They like me there. Okay. And by the way, the broad market is not very volatile right now to start things off with. Okay. So, all right. Now we spent 18 minutes talking about the catalyst. I'm going to be telling you guys the first thing you want to do when you look at charts, the first hour of the day, what am I going to be looking at today? I'm going to be looking at consumer discretionary stocks and consumer staples because of Home Depot. And I'm going to be looking at SMH. And I'm going to be looking at the impact that KLAC will have on other stocks and whether that'll have an impact on the broad market. Oh, 20 views per day for free. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you, Alan. That must be new back in the day. By the way, bar chart started off as a futures platform and just all of a sudden over 30 years became a stock platform. But originally all of what you're seeing was designed for futures. Like all of these tools right here, indicators, this is all for futures. This used to be a futures site. Bar chart used to be a futures site. It's a great place. I've been using bar chart for the as long as I've been doing this. I've been using it pretty much my entire career. So I'm used to it, you know? And same thing with Stock Fetcher. I'm used to it. There could be other programs that are just as good. It's just I'm used to it and I really love it and it's very comprehensive. Can't say enough good things about it. So markets are down. Nasdaq is down. S&P's down. The Dow Jones is flat. We're not. And by the way, that sentiment from last week, Home Depot's up, 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 up. It's up, Terrence. I'll talk about it in a little bit. It's up. It's up a bit. It's up a hair. It's bullish. Um, Last week we had the tariff thing. That's not. Markets are looking for something new. There's no more tariff rally or relief rally. That's gone. Okay. All right. Earnings, everything today. We'll get into that. You do have Fed speakers today, and that's going to be pretty important. Otherwise, you don't have a lot of Fed data. You have petroleum status report tomorrow. That will have some impact on the energy complex. I actually have an energy stock that's on my uh, short list today, which I'll give you. I got a couple of A lines, which I'll give you. And then Friday, you've got new home sales. You got Powell speaking. That's going to be a major anytime Powell speaks, that's obviously a major catalyst. Premier member for years, and it's worth every cent. Yeah, it is worth every cent. You can't go wrong with bar chart, folks. Uh, if I wasn't day trading, if I was just swing trading, I would just use bar chart. If I was just swing trading, and then you got new home sales, that'll be important on Friday too. Okay, no major catalyst today other than what I've already told you. The bond market. Folks, this is not great. The bond market made a low yesterday, then went up to the A line, and now it's coming right back down. If the bond market starts accepting this price, it's not good for the economy. It's not good for the economy at all. Okay? The team is doing well. Team is doing well. Thank you for asking. And by the way, yesterday's I got a question for you guys. I got a question for you guys. Did Jamie Dimon make his statement yesterday after the market closed or before the market closed? And I'll tell you why I'm asking. If Jamie Dimon made that statement after the market closed, that's a major catalyst. If he made that statement during market hours yesterday, it's already priced into the market. So can somebody, and I'm not trying to teach you something. I'm actually trying to get this information because I don't know when he said it. I know he said yesterday we haven't felt the full impact of tariffs, but do you guys know if he said it during market hours or if did he say it after market hours? Do you guys know? Oh, Corey already answered. You believe it was after? I think so too, but I'm not sure. So let's just confirm. If it was after market hours, that's a major catalyst as well. But I don't know if he said it after market hour. I just don't know, Corey. I don't know. This is not a learning exercise. Moody's Moody's that's already done. Okay, before the close. Okay, that's already priced into the market. Otherwise, it would be a catalyst. That's already priced into the market. US dollar. You could see US dollar is moving lower. It's moving lower. It couldn't go above the 50-day moving average. It's moving lower. We're now below this red line, which I drew for you a while ago. This line actually goes a little lower. Goes more like right here. Right there. 18 hours ago. Okay, during market hours. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Before the close. Got it. A Vertuvian, Moody's is way already priced in. Moody's is going to affect, well, indirectly, it's going to affect new home sales, but that catalyst is already gone. All right. Carlos, I hope you're doing well, Carlos. So fun hanging out with you while you were here. Can't wait to have you here again. By the way, I'm considering doing another live class in February. I'm considering it. I haven't booked it yet, but I'm considering doing a real live big class, even bigger than the one we had a few months back. If you guys are interested in attending live, send me an email and I'll forward it to customer service. But we're thinking of doing another live class. I've had folks who live in Israel even ask me if we're going to have another live class. That's where I told folks about the Vold and all this other cool stuff. Just FYI, definitely thinking. I'm thinking about February. Okay. Mm. It's very important. 17 hours ago, it's very important to find out when Jamie Dimon made that statement. If he didn't make that statement, if he made that statement 15 minutes before the market closed, that was priced in. If he made that statement after the market closed, it hasn't been priced in. 319 Central Time, 319 Central Time. That's live class. Ira, I haven't even thought about it yet. It's not even a yeah, it was during market. I thought it was during market hours, but I just wanted to make sure. So the US dollar, and this is the futures. I don't like how this is moving, and I don't like the fact that we're barely at 100 right now. And you guys know, um, yeah, absolutely, Carlos, absolutely, yeah, anytime, man, anytime. I love hanging out with you guys. Maybe we'll even include maybe we'll do a Carlos, Richard, and a couple of other folks. We'll do we'll have fun. We'll have fun. We'll do something fun. All right. So be careful, folks. We're breaking this level. We're breaking this level right here. We're breaking this level, and this is not good. We're also not looking good on the bond market. We're also not looking great on gold. I mean, we're looking good on gold. We're not looking good on gold means gold rallying up, which means bad for the economy. So we're looking good on gold, which is not good for the economy. So we're still below this level. As I told you before, yeah, there you go. There you guys go. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, we had a really good time last time. It was a lot of fun. And I'm hoping we could trade more this time. So I like what I'm seeing on the gold market. And if the US dollar comes off more, then gold should start coming back up. As I mentioned here, this is a great time to start flirting with gold, but I want you to start accumulating gold, really getting more into gold when we're above this level here. Above, like right here, like more at 3,300, 3,400. This is a good time to start nibbling on it, but just nibble. Don't get too aggressive. Maybe one fourth of your position. Oh, Richard, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Again, folks, I don't know when Jamie Dimon said it. I'm only following what you guys are telling me here. So just let me know. Did it happen after the market closed? You don't have to tell me the time. Did it happen after the market closed? I work on Eastern time zone. Eastern closes at 4 o'clock Eastern zone. That's all I need to know. Did he say it before or after? If he said it after the market closes, then we're in a worse position because the market that will be priced into the market today. If he said it before the market closed, even 5 minutes before the market closed, then it's already priced in. Okay, we will, Jyothi. We will. We have time. We're only halfway done. Take it easy. Take it easy. I thought it was before the market closed. Bob, I'll go over what he said in just a minute. Literally in just a minute. So crude oil. We talked about this. Remember, I drew this for you, and I told you we're going to stay in this range for a while. I think we're going to stay in this range for a while. Again, I would not mind doing some spreads on some non-directional spreads on crude oil but not buying, selling, because I think we're going to stay in in this range for a while, or maybe go a little lower. I'm really considering selling some calls. Let me. I'm going to be looking for a bear call income spread on a crude oil product. I'm going to repeat that again. I'm going to be looking for a bear call spread. That's a bearish call spread. That's an income. I'm looking for a credit spread in something relating to energies, because I think energies are going to stay below this line for some time. So I'm going to ask Matt, and we're gonna look for a bear call spread today. Not a bull put, a bear call. OKE. Thomas said, what about natural gas? OKE. A line to the downside. OKE. OKE. A line to the downside. I'll talk about it. Folks, if you just give me a chance, I'll talk about all this stuff. He talked about it when the markets were open. I thought he did. I thought I heard it when the markets were open. But so, bond market, bearish. US dollar, bearish. Uh, Crude oil, neutral to slightly bearish, and gold, bullish. That's what I'm seeing right now. Capiche? All right, let's move into the major indices, read everything, answer Bob's question. And by the way, folks, every morning before I come here, I go to barchart.com and I go to the major headline right here. And that's what I'm highlighting for you. You can do it yourself, and you could see if you and I highlight the same thing. You could do it every morning. Thank you, Carlos. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. So it happened during it did. It happened during market hours. We're down slightly in the E-minis while investors await further comments from the Fed officials. That's a catalyst. Earnings report from home improvement. Look, 2 out of 3 were given to you in the first paragraph. Okay. And by the way, I couldn't agree more with him. We're just getting started. Ports in Los Angeles, San Pedro are off by 60%. Folks, I want you to know something. Margins, I want you to write this down. I really want you to write this down. Walmart operates on a 3.45 net operating margin. I want you to write this down again. SMH, John Thompson, SMH. Highlight, I download this little tool here. It's called Super Simple Highlighter that attaches to your Chrome. So Richard, if you go to Google and you type in right here, Super Simple Highlighter, it'll become an extension and you can just attach it to your browser, to Chrome. I only use Chrome browser, so that's how I do it. And you could do exactly the same thing that I'm doing. Exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. I just took this and I highlighted it. And you can follow along with me and you could see if you and I highlight the same thing. Okay? Okay, so we know right here with the high. All right, now, Moderna, all the healthcare stocks started rising yesterday and last couple of days. Remember, catalysts only last 2 to 3 days. And remember what I just said a minute ago. Walmart net profit margin 3.4%. Okay? Tariffs. Do you think Walmart can maintain their business model with a 10% tariff if their net profit margin is 3.4%? Let's see how smart we are. How can Walmart eat tariffs? How can Walmart eat tariffs if their net operating profit margin is 3.4%? How can our president tell Walmart to eat it when their net operating margin is 3.4%? Do you understand what our president is saying is a factual impossibility? So who's going to pay? The same people who paid for the Mexican wall. How many times have I said it to you? Well, I figured if I give you the maybe if President Trump told America what Walmart's net operating budget is, maybe if he knew it, he wouldn't say what he did. How is Walmart going to operate at a 10% margin if their operating net margin is 3.4%? Yes, thank you, Richard. Yes. I know you did, Bob, but now you know what it is. That's why you come here, to learn what it is. It's less than 4%. Most supermarkets run 2.75. So I'm going to ask you again, how can a 10% tariff work when my friend who has the bike shop, his margin is 8%. Most skateboard shops, 5 to 7%. I'm going to move on, but you guys figure out where that money's going to come from and why this idea of tariffs is going to be negated faster than you could say, who's your daddy? Okay. Bearish side, chips lost ground. ARM and AMD, they were down more than 2%. And today we have negative news. On KLAC. More pressure. A conference board leading economic indicator saying that we're a decline at a 2-year low. Yep, the margin that make money on the membership costs. Exactly. If Walmart goes out of business, America is going to be in deep shit. The problem is, if Walmart goes out of business, America is going to go out of business. All right, let's see all the nasty things the Fed officials said yesterday that they didn't see 10 days ago. I'm not letting this go. And I'll get into the S&P in a few minutes. Jefferson said on Monday central banks must make sure any price increases stemming from policy changes in Washington don't trigger a persistent rise in inflation. Now, did he say that 10 days ago? No. New York President Williams suggested that policymakers may hold off on cutting rates until at least September. I said August. He says September. As they navigate, there is no, September. Okay, that makes sense. Navigate uncertainties, economic outlook. It's not going to be in June. No, it's not. We're going to understand what's happening here, or in July. Remember what I told you? They're going to wait. I'm thinking August, but he's saying September. It's going to be a process of collecting data, getting a better picture, and watching things develop. Now, what does Bostic says? Given the trajectory of our two mandates, I worry a lot about inflation side. He didn't say that 11 days ago. And mainly because we're seeing expectations move in a troublesome way. What? The word troublesome is here. Did you guys hear him say anything about troublesome 11 days ago when they kept rates steady? I don't. Repeating his expectations from one interest rate cut this year. I said August. He's saying September. What are you going to do? Minneapolis Fed President Kashkari stated, currently significant uncertainty in the economy? Wait a minute. Hey, guys. Did you guys read Powell's statement 11 days ago? It was 11 days ago. Did you read anything about significant uncertainty in the economy? Hey, Cam, did you read anything about uncertain? Did he say anything about uncertain? Significant uncertainty? Significant uncertainty. Ooh, I didn't. I was embedded software engineer, main user of chips. I had never heard of KLAC. I looked it up. They make chips or making equipment. They are forward looking to where the chip companies will be. Yes, Javad. Yes. Thank you for opening up America for us. I kind of said that half an hour ago. Tariffs are for long-term stability of super wealthy pockets. Okay. Competitions will also raise prices even if they're not affected by tariff. Of course. They'll use any excuse to raise prices. Okay. Meanwhile, JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon said Monday he doesn't believe the full impact of tariffs has yet passed through the broader economy. Folks, how about this? Not 5% of the current tariffs impact has passed on the economy. Not even 5%. Not even 5, maybe 1%. Maybe 1%. Maybe 1%. As companies contend with added cost supplies, We got earnings from Home Depot. We don't have to worry about Pan W because Pan W comes out after market closes. So it's not going to be a catalyst for today. But Home Depot will. Europe. What is Europe doing? Is Europe doing anything today? Nope. We're not getting anything from Europe. That's okay. That's okay. We're not getting anything up or down from Europe. Attention remaining on US tariffs, geopolitical development, health of global economy. Yep, I agree with that. Utilities. No, 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 not utilities. You see, they're not utility companies anymore. They're now nuclear and telecom stocks. Chip stocks are AI stocks. Utility stocks are nuclear stocks. Where's this world going, folks? Oh, let me give you a link to Customer Service Live. Maybe Cam and Gustavo can explain where the world is going, because I sure as heck can't. Let's go to Cam and Gustavo show. 1 second. Here's a link. Don't forget, Cam and Gustavo show. Jeffrey and I will be doing supercharged tickers today at 1 p.m. And I will be giving you a lot of goodies in the VIP room today. I always give you guys a lot of goodies in the VIP room today. So not much going on with Europe. Renewable energy companies we have to watch for. Lifted month-long stop order on major renewable energy. So we'll be looking at those today. But I wouldn't say that's a major catalyst. China closed higher, sentiment improved after country cut key lending for the first time since October. Healthcare and consumer stocks led the gains. China lowered benchmark rates following earlier policy cut by nation's central bank. Not really doing anything crazy. Japan gave up most of its early gains, closed slightly higher today. Electronics and bank stocks outperformed. That's positive. Nuclear and real estate stocks slumped. I can't get over this. I just can't get over me calling utilities nuclear stocks. That's just like the funniest thing I've ever heard. And you already know what the catalyst today is that not one of you was able to catch. This thing has 5% of SMH in it, and you guys didn't catch it. 5%. This is like AMD, and you guys didn't catch it. All right, let's talk about stock market. Volatility. Let's talk about volatility. Volatility is still below 20 for now. We're in a very reasonable place right now. We have no problems finding trades at this point. I mean, it's not as great as it was 4 months ago, but I got plenty of longs and I got enough shorts to work with. There's a lot of large caps that are breaking out, a lot of blue chips. I'll talk about those in a minute. Looking at SPY, it's down about a point. I'm not buying this right here. I am not buying this. I believe we need to pull back right here. I believe we will pull back right here. First place is we need to break the 8-day line, which is at 586. 586. The next level is 576. Okay. QQQ. QQQ is already flattening up here. QQQ has not gone up in 4 days. Now, usually when when an asset can't go up for several days, it starts coming off, especially when there's a major semiconductor downgrade. Again, the 8-day EMA is at about 512, 513. The 50-day line is at 470, 498. 498 is the key support level. Yeah, getting close to 600 club. Thank you, Dr. Serena. I appreciate it. And I hope you're feeling better. Are you guys getting a benefit from coming here? Are you starting to are you starting to take the market apart and putting it back together, seeing it piece by piece? You know? So SMH, this is the catalyst for today. Oh, okay. Well, okay. SMH makes up about 30% of QQQ. QQQ makes about 50% of SPY. Is this important to the SPY? Of course it is. Is this important for QQQ? Of course it is. Can SMH cause the broad market to go off? Yes. And look what it's been doing the last few days. It peaked out about a week ago. It's been coming down. And if this comes down, I can guarantee you that the mega caps will follow along. There, let me go to mega caps. What are mega caps doing? Made a high 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago, a week ago. That rally, that relief rally ended 5 days ago. What's the market looking to do now? What are mags going to do if we have a sell-off in chips? 51.43, 50.30. Good, 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 good. Good. You guys should be learning something every single day. Is this trending? Is this trending? No. I'm going to give you a very quick story. I'm going to give you a very, very quick story. Very quick story. My dad was here over the weekend. My kids, all three of my kids were in town. Not anymore. My daughter left, but my dad was here because he hasn't seen all the grandkids, and we were all having dinner together. And on Sunday night, my dad used to have an auto shop. I retired my father about 25 years ago, about 25 years ago. But he had an auto shop in Los Angeles, and he's like, we were all sitting eating dinner, and he was telling us, he's like, when I fill up my car, I fill up my car every time it's at a half tank. I'm like, well, why do you do that? He's like, well, because I've rebuilt hundreds and hundreds of engines. And if you rebuild an engine, you will see all that gook from the bottom of the oil that goes to the bottom of the engine at the bottom. And if you've rebuilt engines, you would know that. And you would always be mindful of the kind of gas you use because all the stuff, all the crap from the oil goes to the bottom. So he's like, so I only fill the gas halfway and I refill it half gas. So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what he's talking about right now has nothing to do with the market. But unless you deconstructed engines, you would never know that information. Similarly to how you would never know what's moving what unless you go into this deep analysis. So you need to know how to deconstruct things. You need to understand that mags are related to SMH and how a stock in SMH that has 4.37% can influence the entire sector because they are all related to each other. And SMH is about 20% of the QQQ. And if you have a stock impacting SMH, there's a really good chance it can clip the wings of QQQ. And if QQQ wings are clipped, it can impact the broader market. You can't do that unless you go deep in. Do you understand the example I just gave you? Yeah, they live just across the street. So my point is, now I don't know anything about cars, and I've never fixed a car in my life. I could change a tire maybe on a good day. But my point is, I'm not trying to teach you about engines and cars and oil. My point was that my father, when he was explaining this to me, I was thinking this is exactly the same stuff I do every morning with my team. You guys, I explained this to you so you guys can understand how everything goes together. Because if you can understand how all the pieces go together, nobody will be able to screw you in this market. Penny says, I always feel about halfway empty, especially in the winter. It avoids yes, exactly. Exactly, 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 exactly. So you guys understand? So again, I'm not trying to teach you about cars. I'm trying to explain to you that you need to be able to deconstruct and construct. Okay. So the next key level for all the major indices is the 8-day EMA. And if I see us moving below the 8-day EMA or closing at the 8-day EMA, I'm pretty sure we're going to go down here and then my Picasso drawing will be complete. If you look at the Dow Jones, exactly, and that's exactly what he was saying, what Carlos just said. Now look at the Dow. Is the Dow really breaking out above this area? No. Is the Dow getting really above the 8-day? Yeah, but look at this. We're like literally just sitting there. How about IWM? How about Russell 2000? We're already there. We're literally there, and we never really got off of that. See how we tried to rally and we came right, we were deviated from the 8-day EMA? Here, let me show you. Look what happens. We had a gap. We deviated from the 8-day EMA. We went sideways. The 8-day EMA caught up. Do you see that? And what Richard just said, and you learned that if the QQQ wings are clipped and the broader market is still rising, then look at the Dow and see what stocks are making it move. You need to know what is driving price at any given time. If you don't know what's driving price at any given time, you will not be able to trade effectively because you won't know what the moving pieces are. You won't know what you won't know what game you're playing. You understand? You'll be just doing this instead of going. You'll be using a shotgun instead of a sniper rifle. You're welcome, Seth. You're welcome. Vaseline jelly from that gunk. Yep. All right. So 8-day EMA. We're looking for 8-day EMA, and we're going to be looking particularly at mega caps today because they're flat already and they're already getting closer and we're already going down. And look at RSP. I want to show you guys something. RSP is actually holding up, but look what we have here. Got to get past this right here. So we have a lot of sentimental weakness. We have a lot of weakness right now. We have a lot of weakness in technology-related assets, potentially. Potentially. All right. What about momentum? Semiconductors are still leading. What happens if KLAC causes semiconductors to fall off? Well, will this go? It'll come off. Look where consumer discretionary and communications are. They're already down here. They're not up here. They're down here. Okay. Now, QQQ still up here, technology, but you got nuclear stocks here. That's very defensive. That's very, very defensive. And consumer discretionary and communication are already coming off. If semiconductors are come off, it'll remember third of semiconductors are QQQ. This will cut off, and we'll start seeing the broader market. Also, RSP leading and holding on to strengths is also confirming what I just said, that we're going to move away from technology and spec into broader market, which is not bullish for the economy. What about stocks breaking up and down? Let's take a look. If momentum is getting better or worse. We have 337 stocks making 20-day high. Yesterday, we had 474 stocks making 20-day high. Today, we only have 337. How about 50-day highs? 137. Okay, we got something there. What about yesterday? 215. Oh, okay. Momentum is getting weaker, not stronger. How about 20-week highs? Only 65 stocks. Only 65 stocks. So if this number comes off, this number's dead. And yesterday, this number was at 79. Not even. So you don't have a broad, mature rally. You have a starter rally. You have a starter rally. Look at 90-day highs. You have a starter rally. You don't have too many 52-week highs. You don't have many 20-week highs. And you don't have any lows. 6 stocks on 20-week lows, 4 stocks. So we're either going to be choppy or we're going to start breaking down, and the lower part is going to start getting some momentum. But there is no directional bias right now. There's very little directional bias right now. Okay. Kirk says Nvidia got a strong buy today. What caused Nvidia to get a strong buy today? Tell me. So, Kirk, Nvidia's down half a basis point. Nvidia is not a strong buy today, my friend. Nvidia hasn't been able to go higher in the last several days. What possesses you to think Nvidia is a strong buy when I just got done an hour telling you that Nvidia's cousin got downgraded by Deutsche Bank? Please, I want to know. I'm curious, Kirk. What is your source of information? Why are you spreading rumors and gossip among 600 people here? Please, I want to know, Kirk. The stock is down on the day. Semiconductors got downgraded. What possesses you to say Nvidia got a strong buy today? Because you own the stock, maybe? Folks, be very careful what you read online. I want to know. I'm curious, Kirk. Why would you say something like that? All right, let's talk about stocks that I'm looking at. Please don't give people false information, especially on a stock that's down on the day. All right. Stocks to the downside first. SG. First time I'm ever talking about this stock, guys. First time. HP. First time I'm ever talking about this stock, right? How about Jack in the Box? It's definitely the first time we're talking about Jack. We've never talked about these stocks before to the short side. I still want to get an answer from Kirk. What possesses him to say that Nvidia got a strong buy today? Jack in the Box, never ever talked about this stock for a short. A potential A line to the downside on TRGP. Never ever talked about this stock to the short side. One Oak, natural gas stock to the downside. A line if we break below this area right here. BHVN, never talked about this stock to the short side. Clorox, never talked about this stock to the short side. You know what's ironic? Folks, how many times in the last month have I mentioned every one of these stocks to the short side? And every one of them is making swing lows, which means you obviously would have made money if you went short any of them. Is this the first time I'm talking about SG? Richard, is this the first time I'm talking about SG? We took a winner on it 2 weeks ago in the pit. So what happens if I keep talking about the same stocks over and over and over and over again? That means we were right, and that means we could still make money on them. Several times, yeah, several times. All right, long stocks, HWM, a lot of long stocks, a lot of long stocks. A little overextended, but still not too far from the 8-day EMA. Uber, CCK. This was a stock on my watch list a few days ago in the pit, actually, in the VIP room. I really like this stock a lot. Visa, GEV, IBM, NRG, Spotify. I like Spotify right now. ADP, Travelers. Now, most of these are blue chip stocks. eBay, most of them, not all of them. Look how choppy this stock is. You don't want to day trade this stock. All right. Somebody asked me to look at Hertz. Okay, let's take a look at Hertz. I told you to short Hertz right here. It went down. Now it's coming back up. I believe Hertz is coming right here, right there. It's going to take a little time. Remember, folks, this is not a technical trade. This is a fundamental trade based on a fund manager liquidating his position because Trump changed policy. He's not going to liquidate it all at once, and he's going to wait for it to be at the VWAP. So give it a little chance, but I'm still bearish on this stock. I gave it to you right here. I gave it to you right at 720, and it went all the way to 573. That's a 20% decrease in the price of the stock. Palantir, let's take a look at Palantir. Yeah, I'm pretty bullish on Palantir, and I'm pretty bullish on IBM. Okay. All right. Folks, I'm out of here. Sayonara. Let me give you some links. Jeffrey, supercharged tickers today at 1 p.m. We got VIP room at noon. And I'll tell you again what I'll be talking about in my VIP room. How to read price action, how to use intraday time frame analysis and when to stick to daily time frame, what is price acceptance and why it's important, difference between anticipatory trades and confirmation trades, the upside downside of each, fastest moving stocks, when to trade options, and when to trade the underlying. All right. Oh, thank you, Sean. Thank you. I didn't see that. It came out at 2:30 yesterday, well before the close. Okay, the Jamie J article. And all right. Hood. I didn't I go over Hood? Let's look at Hood. It's not looking bad. Like it better over here, but it's not looking bad. I think this was on my list yesterday. My list yesterday and today's is very similar, actually. I'm also looking at Microsoft, and I'm also looking at Chewy. Oh, my dogs are going crazy. Okay, folks, it is time for me to go. Let me give you the link to Customer Service Live. Please, please, please make sure to visit Customer Service Live. Oh, those dogs of mine. God bless them. All right, guys, if there's any questions, any comments, here's the link to this video. You can watch it, replay it, watch it, do whatever you need to do. And I will see you guys later. I'll see you guys in the VIP room. Have a great day. I'll have a great session today, okay? Bye, guys. Be careful. Stay out of trouble and keep an eye on semiconductors and mags. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Be careful today. Be careful. We may start seeing